Can the GPMS used as a tool to remove enmity between people or between countries? Can it be used as a tool to remove enmity between people or maybe states? Yes, that is exactly what I actually wanted to know, because it involved some conflicts and how can it be solved.
Yeah, all of the conflicts around the world are occurring, really because of the power structures, which are collapsing. Okay, at the moment, the majority of people and from the mainstream, they don't see that it's collapsing. They see that the world is in turmoil. They see that the world is obviously looking like it's just getting worse and worse and worse, which on some levels it is, but actually at the same time, what's happening is a shift in consciousness is occurring amongst many, many more people. So a lot more people are starting to think more in other ways that they've never thought about before. A lot more people are starting to think about the harm to the planet. A lot of people are starting to think about how people are now they're seeing more of the starvation that's occurring. They're seeing more of people being misplaced from severe weather situations occurring, and they're being sympathetic to that, right? And so with that, it creates a shift in the consciousness. So everything that's getting quite bad at the moment is only going to drive this GPMS into the consciousness of people more as the solution. But unfortunately, those things are continuing for a period, and they're some things may get a bit worse for a while before it gets better. But the fact is that this is on the table, this is available now, and so as we get this out to people, we're actually able to then spark that kind of hope and that faith back into the hearts of people, because they can actually see, well, actually, don't worry about what's going on around you so much at the moment. Know that you're doing this with GPMS for the right reasons for everyone, and for yourself, for your family, your community, your country, and for you, but for everyone else as well. And then it just basically will start to heal the planet. And so again, back to the whole kind of thing with health. A lot of the diseases and the illness, it comes from stress, it comes from financial lack, it comes from inequality, it comes from trauma. But all of the trauma and stuff, it's kind of created, a lot of it's created from the heart of the system, by there not being equality, by there not being abundance, and by people being stressed and not being able to give the care to their community, to their family, and to be sharing and everything else. So once as we're creating this, what we're doing is we're actually already starting to help people start to live more in their heart space and think more from their heart rather than from their head, which is intellectual thinking that's not about love, and that actually will start to heal people. And so that's a beautiful thing. So the conflicts are going to basically very quickly come to an end and come to a head, and you'll find that also people that are criminals, like the crime rates are going to suddenly drop significantly because all of a sudden people don't have the reasons to be angry anymore like they used to, stressed anymore, mentally affected, psychologically affected. We'll have the healing modalities, but a lot of the healing comes from within the being of the body and the individual if their environment is changing. So we're changing the environment, and that's promoting obviously a better way of being and a better way of living. And as for people who are psychologically affected to the point where you might call them a psychopath or have other severe mental health problems, we'll have better rehabilitation for people. I mean, even criminals will be rehabilitated. There'll be a focus on rehabilitation. So rather than having people locked up in a cell, which is like very small and it's going to affect them mentally, we're actually going to create environments where they can actually be healed. We're looking at their reasons for being criminal, not because they are born as a criminal, but just because their environment has created them or caused them to then go down those paths and become a bad individual. But we're creating an environment that promotes obviously a better being ultimately. And that's where all of the magic really happens. And it solves then all of the other problems, Does that answer the question?
Yeah, exactly. Actually, you answered it well, because you even added in some words that actually explained well the equation that I actually asked you, brother. Thank you.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome.